If you're in your 30s and your net worth is less than 100K, you aren't just behind, you are literally in the danger zone. And most people in their 30s, on top of this, they fall for the lifestyle creep. You're having weddings, you're having to buy rings, you're having daycares, you're traveling, you're buying a house, you're getting a nice car, you might be middle class, so you might get the BMW or Mercedes Benz, and you're keeping up with the Joneses. With all this happening, it's very hard to get ahead in life, and especially if your net worth is under 100K, you don't get the effects of compounding that someone who has a higher net worth will be. But the good thing for you in this video, I'm gonna explain how you can get to that first 100K and how you can stop being behind. So before we jump into this video, let me explain the math and why getting to that first 100K is very important. So Charlie Munger, he's one of the best investors, one of the most famous investors, and he literally said the first 100K is a B, okay? And the reason why he says that, because almost 100%, if not 80-90% of that money you put in your first 100K is gonna be literally from your sweat, your labor. You're literally gonna be saving that money and you don't get the effects of compounding. For example, if you invest 10K a year at a 7% interest rate, it would take you 7.8 years to get to 100K. But the good thing about this, it takes you 7.8 years, which is a long time, but if you're in the 30s, you can get to this at maybe late 30s, okay, 38, 39. But the thing is, you're literally 25% of the way there to your first million. And the thing is, after that next 100K is going to take you roughly around 5.8 years to get to 200K. And then from there, it's going to take you about 3.7 years to get to 300K. But I know this seems like a lot of time. You might not get there to mid 40s. But the thing is, once you get to 300K, you are literally 54% of the way there to 1 million, okay? And 300K, that's only 30% of a million. But the reason that is because of compound interest. So afterwards, your money starts working for yourself. And it gets to the point where once you're at 700, 800K, it's gonna only take you a year to get to the next 100K. So once you're at 900K, 1 year later, you're at 1 million. 1 year later from there, you're at 1.1. 1 year later from that, you're at 1.2. So now your money is literally working for yourself while you sitting on the beach or watching your kid's sports game, and your money is just working and you're making way more money than you ever did in your corporate career because you let compound interest work. But with all this being said, that's why the first 100K is extremely important, and you have to do everything you can to get to that first 100K. But where are we at right now? I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're in your 30s, and there's some goods and there's some bad. The bad thing is that you didn't get to 100K in your 20s. In your 20s, that's when most people, they don't have the responsibilities, they don't have kids, they don't have a mortgage, they don't have family, so you can literally save, and basically, if you just save it, the compound interest is working for itself. And when people in their 30s, what ends up happening is they have the lifestyle creep. So now you're getting married, you're having a ring, you're having kids, maybe pay for your daycare, you're having a car, you're traveling, which these are all great stuff and they are important for a lifestyle. Having a family, it makes you happy. But the thing is, if you're the sole provider, and now you're providing, how are you gonna save? With that being said, if you're in this situation, what I would recommend you to do is first is to upskill. So using me example, one of the best things I did in my early 20s was I went to school, I got a job in engineering, I got a master's in engineering, right? I started working as an electrical engineer, and what I realized is that electrical engineering is a good salary, good career, but I realized I can make way more going to cloud and cybersecurity. So what I did was I upskill. I got certifications, I figured out how to do projects to learn skills and then get into that field. So that's just me example. Maybe you can get something, maybe certification, maybe he's learning AI, maybe he's learning the next business. People who really make the most amount of money when it comes to a career is one, gonna be professionals, lawyer, doctor, people who have high professions, okay? Next thing is gonna be in tech. Maybe it's gonna be Facebook, Amazon, Google. And then the other people is gonna be a business owner, or is gonna be someone who can command a large audience. These are 4 ways you can really start making serious money or getting to a C-level position. So regardless, is figure out how you can make an extra income, and then now you'll be able to invest that. So figure out what you're gonna do. And the good thing about today's society, you can make so much money outside of your job, or you can make money in your job by upskilling, or you can make money online. You can start content, you can build a business through AI, you can have maybe a real estate portfolio. You can even do a bunch of side hustles just to save up some money. Once you have that extra money, what do you do with it? So one of the easiest ways I would say for when it comes to investment is gonna be your 401k. What's a 401k? It's basically a retirement account where you put money into it and then you can take it out retirement age roughly around 65. There's usually two types. You have your traditional and you have your Roth 401k. Traditional just means that you don't pay any taxes on what you put in until you take it out when you're 65. Roth means you pay taxes now, but you put it in and in the future it's tax free. The ones that are best in your situation, I can make another video, put in comments if you guys wanna see this, and I'm not a financial advisor, but what the best thing about the 401k is that you can get free money. A good amount of corporate companies, they will match your 401k. For example, if you put maybe 6% into the 401k, they will give you a 6% match on your salary. So basically, if you put a 10k in, they're gonna give you another 10k because they're matching with your contribution. So now that's free money, and when you get that free money, it's easier to get to that first 100k. And that was the solution I did in my early 20s, right? So I had worked at companies that matched it, and I always put it consistently. And the good thing about this, what most people do is people save, but when they save, they immediately go spend it, or they see the market go down and they sell their stocks. See, with a 401k, it's very hard to do that. That's why it's one of a great investment vehicle, okay? But if you don't have the luxury of doing the 401k, what I recommend is do an IRA. So every time you get paid, you can put it into IRA, individual retirement account. You can put up to roughly around 7k at the time of recording this video. It's different for every age bracket and where you are in life, right? But you can put 7k every single year, and now that money has tax benefits for in the future. So think about doing that. So what I want you to do is, if you can, put 10% of everything you make into a retirement account and don't touch that. And eventually over 7-10 years, you can have that money saved that's not touched. Outside of retirement accounts, right? What I want you to do is focus on how you can get a high yield savings account. So you wanna save about 6 to 12 months of your actual salary or whatever your expenses is, and put that into a high yield savings account. The reason I said a high yield savings account versus a regular savings account is because one, they will pay you to have your money in that account. Traditional accounts might pay you 0.001%, but a high yield savings account might pay you 4% on whatever you put in. So now you're getting paid to have your money there, and have about 6 months in there. And then from there, that's a part of your savings. And then you can also have a brokerage account, right? You can put into different stocks. You have something called S&P 500, QQQ, or, and my favorite investment is always going to be invest in something hard like Bitcoin. See, one of the good things is that you have so many ways to invest, but the most important thing is start investing 10% of everything you make before you spending on anything else. And then if you can get to 10,000 a year, maybe 1,000 every single month, and then over 7 to 8 year period, now you have your first 100k. I make it sound simple. It's not that simple, but that's why the first thing I told you to do is upscale. And the thing is too, if you can invest it in an asset that grows more than 7% a year, you will be able to reach that 100k faster. I'm not telling you to invest in some meme coins or the hot new crypto stock or bet it on sports betting or Polymarket, but assets like Bitcoin, they grow roughly 20 to 30% a year. So now you might cut that time in half by investing in a hard asset that grows faster than the traditional 7%. Now you're gonna have your ups and downs, but over a long period of time, if you have your money invested in that, you're gonna make money. So put in the comments if you guys like this kind of video, and check out this video right here.